lost the exhaust. Oh, that is hot. Fork tube could be bent on this side here. It's a little busted. We are slowly getting more and more of the puzzle pieces to this project. Some Kenda big block front and rear tires for this thing. It's gonna look wicked on this bike, but tire size is a little bit different. So it's supposed to be a 190/19 up front, and these are 110/80/19s for the front. Rear supposed to be 130/90/16, and this is a 140/90/16, so 10 mil wider overall, 5 mil on either side. It is probably more than likely going to be rubbing there. I hope not, but we'll find out in self-clearance if we need to. This 110 width up front is going to be perfectly fine. There's more than enough room for another 5 mil on either side there. But those tires are just gonna look freaking wicked on this thing. I can't wait. So we'll have to do a lot of painting and stuff still yet. I need to repaint that tank. Need to paint this front fairing blue. This grill here, I had to actually epoxy onto the outer ring for the headlight bucket there, just so it would actually work with this fairing and everything. But yeah, made these little bitty brackets right here so that I can actually mount it up to these headlight ears that I got for it. And yeah, while we do the tires and stuff, I've got a wheel bearing kit here for it as well. So we put some new wheel bearings on this thing while we're doing the tires and all that good stuff. And then really it's just like turn signals, brake lights. I do need to get some new spark plug wire caps, and yeah, aside from that, it'll just be like buttoning everything up, making everything really nice and tidy, like the wiring and all that good stuff. All right, so rear tire is mounted up. Man, I was really worried about how close that was gonna be, and it is close. Those little nubs on the side of the tire hitting on the shaft a little bit there, but man, that is freaking awesome. Anyway, need to go ahead and get the front tire on there as well. Not too worried about the clearances on the front. There's quite a bit of leeway there, but still need to do the wheel bearings on the back. I just wanted to go ahead and get the front tire knocked out while I'm doing the tires, and I'll get these wheel bearings done on the front while I've got it out, throw it back on there. It'll be good to go, and I can lay the bike back down on the front. Rear tire back off, get those wheel bearings done on it. So, all right, so back on the XJ650 project, got some new switches here, new indicators, stop switch, and all that good stuff. So got this set off of Amazon. It was like 17 bucks or so, but it had the little thing here for a choke, which the stock indicator switch assembly on this thing did have a choke switch there, so wanted to have that. But anyway, this didn't come with good wiring diagram schematic thing, so I went ahead and pinned everything out with the old multimeter there. And gonna go ahead and start on the indicator switch first, get that one all wired up and knocked out. Probably gonna have to snip all the wires, put more butt connectors like those on all the wires, wiring everything up. So yeah, take this front fairing off here, get better access there, and get started. This will probably be like an hour-ish process or so, going through matching up all the wiring for the switch assemblies to the bike. Yay. Well, despite how it looks, we've got quite a bit more done here. So all of the wiring for the front of the bike is pretty well taken care of. Still have like clutch switch, front brake switch, and the blinkers. That's not a whole lot to do. Don't even think I'm going to do a clutch switch on it, honestly, but have the plastic welding kit out again, molded the rear fender to the rear fender liner there. So this is a lot more stable, sturdy now. We'll probably have to do some aligning and stuff like that. It does look like it's a little bit crooked that way, but anyway, yeah, got that all taken care of. for now. We may end up going back through, sanding this down, smoothing it out and stuff like that. Use some epoxy there or something, I don't know. Still have rear tail light wiring and stuff here. That's all simple. And then the blinkers as well. This battery box, did not realize I had one for it. So got the battery box here. I need to put a washer, that bolt there, but and then the pegs, I think I'm gonna take the pegs off of the 96 Kicks 250 frame I have outside. So that'll probably be the plan for that. But as far as everything else goes, lights are working, blinkers are working. Some more little bits of work had been done. Had a couple issues pop up and some things I wanted to take care of, like this tail light here. Wanted to get that on there just temporarily. I'm not going to use that one permanently. Have the muffler on there now. Actually had to swap out the switch and throttle tube housing assembly. The Chinesium, that one that I got, the throttle tube housing, I didn't have any that would work with it for whatever reason. So I used a different quick snap throttle that I had for a motocross bike, and the cable end play on that was too long. It was causing the thing to hang up, the linkage to hang up a little bit, stay open, and have super high idle, even with the idle screw completely backed out. So anyway, yeah, all that's taken care of now. Blinkers working, headlights working, fuel is flowing. It is leaking out to petcock just a little bit, so something we'll have to take care of. But also have an exhaust leak here, not a big deal. See, blinkers are working. Stand by. Tail light. And kill switch doesn't work. Don't have that one wired up. But yeah, it is like one of the hottest days of the summer. So great day to go on a test ride and all the gear, which I will be doing because have not rode this thing on the street yet. Have taken it out in the yard a little bit, but anyway, let's go ahead and get geared up, get a GoPro on, see how this thing does. All right, well, we are now all geared up. Gonna hit the road, see how she does. This front tire feels really weird. So there's like this big gap in the tread there. Oh shit, did I leave? Okay, no. And then there's like one like big block of a knob. So when you're just like sitting there, it like teeters and it's kind of weird. I don't know. But let's see how our camera angle is going to be here. Point you down just a little bit. I don't know, I may give it a little bit more idle. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's like really notchy. So weird. But it is a big block tire. Anyway. I'm gonna wait for all this traffic to go in case we have any issues. Don't want to be in front of anybody. Yeah, definitely some weird stuff going on with this front end here. Make sure I didn't lose the freaking exhaust there. Yeah, the steering feels kind of weird. Sounds like I just lost something there. It is throwing some rooster tails, that's for sure. Oh, just lost the exhaust. Yeah. Well, now she's loud, and that exhaust is gonna be hot. Shit. Oh yeah, that is blazing hot. Oh, that is hot. Jesus Christ, yeah. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Oh, Lord. Whatever. I think I started running out of fuel maybe too. Man, it is hot. That exhaust pipe was burning my freaking leg through my pants. Well, there she is in all her glory. Crazy looking bike. It's like the crackhead mini-me version of a Yamaha Tenere 700. Except it's like a foot lower, has like 4 inches of ground clearance, horrible rake and trail. Like same horsepower, same torque and stuff, same weight actually pretty much. I think 452 is what the Tenere weighs, and this is like 454. So I mean it's like a little mini Tenere, little crackhead mini Tenere. Anyway, yeah, she's still running good. The tire, it just feels weird. I don't know. We need to like true it up or something. That fork tube could be bent on this side here. It's a little bit suspect on that one there, because when I had the fork tube out of the triple clamp to put this mount on for the headlight, it was like I could twist it and it was like, you know, it's probably bent. But I got a bunch of forks up there that I could swap out with. I also have the KX250 forks and stuff if I still wanted to go that route and then raise up the rear end on this thing, but can't do that too much because of the shaft drive. So I don't know, we got lots of bits and pieces to figure out here still, like side covers and stuff. I can't find a right hand side cover for this thing, so I may have to make something. I don't know how we'll go about that if we do, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm really happy with it so far. It laid some big old freaking roost up in the yard there, like right down the middle there by that tree on the right. It just ate the yard up. Heck yeah. So anyway, obviously lots more to do still to get this thing all buttoned up and really ready for the road or some trails or something. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys like the video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you think I earned your subscription today, go ahead and tap on that sub button down there. And any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.